Good morning, children. Welcome to our next class. In today's science class, you are going to learn about electricity and circuits. Okay. So in last class, completely you learned about the plants and animals, different animals and their surroundings, their habitats. You learned. So here about electrical appliances. In our life, many appliances are running with electricity, right? For example, if you take a fridge, fan, air cooler, and television, so many things, all these appliances are almost working with the help of electricity. Then electric energy or electric current or electricity. What's the meaning of electricity or electric current means? Electric current means flow of electrons by using a connecting wire in a unit time. Flow of electrons. So electrons are moving. Electron means in any particle the nucleus is present. Inside the nucleus protons, positive charge particles are there. So around that nucleus electrons are moving in shells. This all you will learn in class 7 very clearly. So here you should understand any particle, any matter, every matter is made up of with tiny particles called as atoms. So every atom has a center nucleus. So inside the nucleus protons are present. Around that proton the electrons are moving. So this movement of those electrons by a conducting wire in a unit time, in a particular time when the electrons are moving, some energy is produced. That's only known as electricity or electric current. So now, how these all the appliances are working? Are all they using same varieties of sources? So electricity, for example, if you see a torch is having a light, it glows. Then what is the source? How the bulb is glowing in a torch? Because of the cells which are present inside. So the cells are the sources for the energy. The cells are the sources for the electric current there in the battery. The radio is working. How the radio is working? By the connection of a battery. Yes, in the same way, the battery, the cells, the batteries, the solar panels, these all are the sources for electric current. That's what you are learning in this chapter. What are the different sources of electric current, how they are working in detail we'll see now. So there are, just now I told you some devices, how they are working with the help of cells. So these sources, mainly the cells are of two types. One is primary cell or the dry cell, and the second one is secondary cell or the wet cells. So these all the cells what I am showing, they are known as primary cells or the dry cells. Now we will see what actual parts are there and how this cell able to produce the electric current we'll see now. Now we are going to read about the parts of a dry cell. So this is the inside part of a cell, inner part of the cell. Okay. So middle of the cell, you are able to see like a rod, like a structure is appearing, right? So this black color rod like structure, clearly you can see here an open diagram. This black color rod like structure is known as carbon rod. It's known as carbon rod. So this carbon rod is acting like cathode. Cathode means which acts like a positive terminal. Cathode acts like a positive terminal. So carbon rod is in a dry cell, carbon rod is acting like a cathode, so which helps to give positive charge, positive terminal. So around this carbon rod, magnesium oxide is present. Here the magnesium dioxide is present. Around this magnesium dioxide, then zinc chloride, calcium chloride, around this once again middle carbon rod. Carbon rod acts like a positive terminal. Around the carbon rod, magnesium dioxide is present. This is known as magnesium dioxide. So around the magnesium dioxide, a paste, aqueous ammonium chloride. Aqueous ammonium chloride. This is magnesium dioxide. Around the magnesium dioxide, aqueous ammonium chloride, the yellow color which you are able to see around the magnesium dioxide, known as ammonium chloride. And here zinc chloride is also present along with the ammonium chloride. Zinc chloride, ammonium chloride, both are present. And finally this whole battery is covered by a zinc, finally sealed by a zinc container. Which zinc container? This all finally covered by a zinc container which acts like an anode. Which acts like an anode. Carbon rod acts like a cathode. The carbon rod is surrounded by magnesium dioxide and carbon black. Magnesium dioxide this is, and this one is carbon black. Understand children, one more time I'll tell you. Every dry cell have a carbon rod in the middle. It acts like a cathode and which is a positive terminal. So around this carbon rod, magnesium dioxide is present, and around this magnesium dioxide surrounded by a carbon black. Magnesium dioxide is surrounded by a carbon black, and below that, just after the carbon black, an aqueous yellow color part, an aqueous solution of ammonium chloride is present. The yellow part shows that ammonium chloride. After the ammonium chloride, zinc chloride is also present. Carbon rod, magnesium dioxide, carbon black, aqueous ammonium chloride, and zinc chloride. Finally, the whole cell is covered by zinc container. Whole cell is covered by a, sealed by a zinc container which acts like the negative terminal. So, whenever the electrons are moving from positive terminal to the negative terminal, they both act like the electrodes and produce the electric current. So these cells will work till the electrode, the aqueous solution of electrode, how much time it's working, the cells can work that long time. So whenever these electrodes are dried up, then the cells cannot work. Even in our wall clocks, in our remotes, we will see these type of dry cells. Your toys, toy cars and many items, play items are also working with the help of this cells, dry cells. So they have some chemicals and which are producing with the help of positive terminal and negative terminal, the electrons moving with electrodes, with the chemical energy. The chemicals which are present inside are helping to move the electrons. So whenever these chemicals are dried up, these cells will not work out. So this is the inner structure of a dry cell, children. It's also called as primary cell. Okay. So whenever The primary cells are many cells. For example, to work a remote, we need 2 cells are enough. But for example, if we want to use a car, if you want to run a car, then the battery should be very big. Or else a radio, to work with a radio, you need 4 to 5 cells in that. Once or 2 cells are not enough, the energy, the current produced from them is not enough. So we need 4 to 5 cells to produce the electricity and to work with the radio. Then these cells, one cell positive terminal is connected with the one cell's positive terminal is connected with the other cell negative terminal, and the next cell's positive terminal will be connected to the first cell negative terminal. Like that they'll be arranged. Then that type of cell is known as a battery or secondary cell. So here many dry cells are connected to each other to produce the electric current. So such cells are known as batteries or the secondary cells. And simply if we bring any bulb and keep near the torchlight, definitely it will not grow. Definitely it needs some connection. Some wires are needed to conduct the electricity. To conduct electricity, to pass the electrons, a circuit is needed. So that's known as electric circuit. Connecting wires are needed. Simply 2 batteries are there. I'll bring a bulb and I'll put in between the 2 batteries, means that bulb will never glow at all. To glow the bulb, these batteries and the bulb are compulsory, should have connection with some wires which can pass the electricity, because if you put only the bulb in between these 2 cells, the air is there between both of these cells, so air cannot act like a medium. It cannot pass the electricity, so the bulb will not glow at all. Then we must connect with the wires which can pass the electricity. Then while after connecting these batteries, wires and bulb is only known as electric circuit. So about circuit we will learn in next class. And so the primary cells are the dry cells, and their inner structure you understood today, and the meaning of battery you understood very well. And along with this, and nowadays we are using other cells also to produce the electric current. Those are solar cells, and they use the sun's energy for working. Our scientific calculators, satellites, these all mostly working with the help of solar cells. Then a single solar cell cannot produce more amount of electric current at all. Then to prepare a solar panel, we need more number of solar cells like this. When these solar cells are arranged, are connected one to another, then the solar panel is get prepared. So these solar panels we are using in the satellites. So understood, children? So in today's class, you learned how electric appliances are helpful, how electric appliances are working, how our life without the electric current, this you understood. And the cells, the sources of electric current you learned. The primary cells are the dry cells structure you learned. And what's the meaning of battery or the secondary cell or the wet cell means you learned. And then solar cells and the solar panels you learned very well. Understood, children? So read this lesson once again from your book and be ready for our next class. We are going to discuss about electric circuits. Thank you, children.